Barcelona continue to torment their archrivals Real Madrid with a thrilling 4-3 victory, completing a clean sweep of all four El Clásico clashes this season. Manchester United once again disappointed with a 2-0 defeat to West Ham at Old Trafford. Arsenal mounted a strong comeback but were held to a 2-2 draw by Liverpool, keeping the race for the Premier League top 5 wide open. Dortmund reignited their Champions League hopes with a win over Leverkusen. Napoli dropped valuable points in a draw, allowing Inter Milan to close the gap to just 1 point. This is your May 12th football update on Football News Now. Subscribe to the channel so you won't miss the hottest and latest news from the football world, updated every 24 hours. Barcelona pulled off a dramatic 4-3 comeback win over Real Madrid in a controversial El Clásico, despite trailing 0-2 just 14 minutes in thanks to a Kylian Mbappé brace. However, at the Olympic Lewis Company Stadium, Barca stormed back with goals from Eric Garcia, Lamine Yamal, and a quick-fire double from Rafinha. Mbappé completed his hat-trick in the 70th minute. But it wasn't enough to save Real. The match was also marked by controversial refereeing decisions that many claimed favoured Real Madrid. West Ham stunned Manchester United with a 2-0 win at Old Trafford, ending a 16-match winless run at the stadium. Despite Amad Diallo and Mason Mount returning to the starting lineup, United's attack failed to fire, and defensive errors continued to haunt them. Thomas Soucek opened the scoring after a link-up between Kudus and Wan-Bissaka. In the second half, Bowen doubled the lead after a mistake from Ugarte. Garnacho and Hjlund tried to rally, but United were toothless in front of goal. The defeat drops them to 16th in the table and extends their Premier League winless streak to 7 games. A high-octane clash at Anfield ended 2-2 between Liverpool and Arsenal. Liverpool got off to a dream start with goals from Cody Gakpo and Luis Diaz within a single minute. But Arsenal came roaring back after half-time with goals from Gabriel Martinelli and Mikel Merino. However, Merino was later sent off, leaving Arsenal down a man for the rest of the match. Despite that, no further goals were scored. Newcastle defeated Chelsea 2-0 at St James' Park, extending their home winning streak in the Premier League to 6 and moving into 3rd place in the Champions League race. Tonali scored just 2 minutes in from a Murphy assist. Although Chelsea began to settle, they were dealt a major blow in the 36th minute when Nicholas Jackson was shown a straight red card for an off-the-ball hit on Sven Botman. Down to 10 men, Chelsea couldn't mount a comeback. Bruno Guimaraes sealed the win with a deflected strike off Malo Gusto in the dying moments. Fortunately for Chelsea, they remain in the top 5 after Nottingham Forest only drew with Leicester. Nottingham Forest missed a golden opportunity to return to the top 5 after a 2-2 home draw with relegated Leicester. Chris Wood squandered 2 early chances before Connor Cody gave Leicester the lead. Forest equalised with a Morgan Gibbs-White header from an Elanga free kick, then went ahead thanks to Wood's 20th goal of the season. But Boubakary Soumaire equalised late with a solo goal, salvaging a point for Leicester. With 2 rounds left, Forest trail the top 5 by 1 point and still have Champions League hopes alive. Crystal Palace shocked Tottenham with a 2-0 win away, matching their Premier League single-season points record. Eberechi was the standout performer, netting twice, one from a slick move involving Daniel Munoz and Ismaila Sarr. Spurs were sluggish, likely feeling the effects of their midweek Europa League semi-final, managing just 1 shot on target. Palace were sharp throughout and nearly grabbed a 3rd goal. The victory is the perfect momentum boost ahead of their upcoming FA Cup final. Borussia Dortmund put on a strong display to beat Bayer Leverkusen 4-2 at the Bay Arena. Jeremy Frimpong opened the scoring for the hosts in the 30th minute. But Dortmund quickly turned it around with goals from Julian Brandt, Julian Ryerson, Karim Adeyemi, and Serhou Guirassy. Jonas Hoffmann managed a late consolation for Leverkusen in added time. The win earned Dortmund 3 crucial points and rekindled their hopes of qualifying for the Champions League. Inter Milan strengthened their title challenge with a 2-0 away win over Torino. Nikola Zalewski opened the scoring in the 14th minute. And Christian Alsagni doubled the lead from the penalty spot in the 49th. Inter's organised and efficient play left Torino with no chance to respond. The victory put Simone Inzaghi's side temporarily at the top of the Serie A table, level on points with Napoli but ahead on goal difference. Napoli briefly reclaimed top spot after Inter's win, but their 2-2 draw with Genoa saw their lead shrink to just 1 point. Romelu Lukaku put Napoli ahead in the 15th minute. But goalkeeper Alex Meret scored an own goal in the 32nd. Giacomo Raspadori restored Napoli's lead in the 64th, but Johan Vasquez equalized for Genoa in the 84th. Napoli must now win their final 2 matches to secure the Scudetto. With Trent Alexander-Arnold confirming his departure, Liverpool manager Arne Slot is considering Wataru Endo as a temporary right-back option. It's a cost-effective stopgap solution amid the club's reluctance to buy in reinforcements. Slot is also evaluating in-house alternatives like Connor Bradley, Joe Gomez, Jarell Quansah, and Curtis Jones. However, using Endo or Jones in that role is seen as risky given Liverpool's goal to win the Premier League next season. Bradley remains the frontrunner, but Endo could be a versatile tactical asset. Hamburg are officially back in the Bundesliga after a thrilling 6-1 win, ending a 7-year absence. However, the celebrations turned chaotic as hundreds of fans stormed the pitch at Volkspark Stadion. At least 25 people were hospitalized, including 1 in critical condition and 19 with serious injuries, mostly from falling from stands or being crushed in the crowd. Emergency services deployed 65 firefighters and medics as the city was already stretched thin due to the Hafengeburtstag festival and a major concert. The incident raises serious concerns about safety protocols during intense celebrations. Ruben Dias slammed Southampton for time wasting and not playing real football after Manchester City's 0-0 draw. In response, Southampton's TikTok account mocked City with a highlight reel of their misplaced passes, captioned, "None of us must have wanted to play, huh?" Their ex-account twisted the knife further with a photo of grinning players and the caption, "1 point without even trying." In Brazil, Memphis Depay faced heavy criticism after botching a Panenka penalty in Corinthians' 2-1 loss to Mirassol. Given the chance to open the scoring in the 30th minute, the former Man United star softly chipped the ball down the middle, only for goalkeeper Walter to easily save it. His follow-up header also missed wide, drawing angry reactions from Mirassol players. Although Depay later redeemed himself with a corner assist for Kaká's goal, he was subbed off right after Corinthians conceded the equalizer. That wraps up the hottest football updates from the past 24 hours. The season is entering its final stretch with plenty of drama and surprises. Stay tuned to Football News Now for your daily dose of the game's biggest stories. Until next time, thanks for watching and see you in the next video.